What is up, people? It is I, Carlton Flowers, your crypto pro.
Yay!
And I'm finally back from vacation from Daytona Beach with the family, spending some much needed family time. And we had a blast. I was out there surfing, boogie boarding, having a good old time. And I wanted to put this update up several days ago when the pump was happening and just could not get it squeezed in with so much going on with vacation. So here we are. And now that a couple more days has passed by, it's pretty clear to me as to what's going on. So I'm going to show you a couple of views and kind of clue you in as to what I see on this chart. And then we'll talk about what the immediate outlook, in my opinion, and this is not financial advice, this is just the way I see it, okay? And then what the, say, medium, not long term, but the medium range output is kind of looking like. So let's get rid of that real quick. And here we are on the 4-hour chart. And we are kind of down here at a low on the stochastic. We're bouncing around back down here close to the oversold line, the oversold boundary at the 20% line, and it kind of looks like our MACD has gone bearish here. Of course, we had that peak. Everybody got all excited about this run up to nearly 0.005, and I was kind of getting excited myself. And the way that it looks like on the 4-hour chart, it looks like we're in the midst of what we could finally call a reversal in trend, because even though we floated back down a little bit here, the overall trend on the 4-hour looks like, all right, we had this preview bump, a little correction, but overall it's kind of upward. So that looks kind of good. And I thought, yeah, this could be it. And the stochastic, like I said, is at the border of the 20% line. So it's not like it's guaranteed that it's going to stay above this. It could move up from here, but it could drop down below. It just depends on what the market's going to do as a whole. And then, of course, we also have the oscillators on the MACD, where the fast line looks like it's curling up a little bit, about to overtake the slow line and start into a kind of an up cycle, maybe. And then we see that the histogram has been printing below the zero line here, but it's inching its way back up to the zero line, where possibly we could be printing some green bars. Now on this crappy Bit4X chart, we don't have the green bars above the histogram like we do on TradingView, which is a much better chart. And we could look at the TradingView. In fact, let me just jump over here and just show you what it looks like on TradingView. If I turn off, let me clear this and turn off drawing mode. The TradingView chart I don't really like, because this is the wrapped OMI, but it is a better chart. So we can see here that we have the light red being printed, which means we're approaching the zero line, but it's not a guarantee that it's going to cross over and start to go green. But the other thing that I like here on my TradingView chart, I've got the OBV up on this one, which we can also pull up on the Bit4X chart. It looks like accumulation overall is going on as this is moving up, where we were in this long period of kind of sinking down, and then we had that nice bump. And so overall, there was more buying going on than selling all the way up until this point. And then here we see a better view of the stochastic, where it looks like the fast line has crossed over the slow line, and how we have this negative trajectory where it looks like we're going to sink down below the 20% zone, the 20% border, and go into the zone of oversold. So if that's the case, we could be headed back towards this volume node right here at point 00, what the heck is that? I can't even read this because it's wrapped ETH, so this is useless. This price is somewhere around, let's just bump over to here. That volume node is somewhere at the 0.0025 point. So we can't see that because we don't have this in terms of USD. This is wrapped ETH. That's why I don't really have much use for this right now. But these volume nodes are correct. This is a popular price point here, and then here's another one here, and then we have the point of control price that is right here through the middle of this long flat line right there, which would be at the price level of 0.00149 to maybe 0.0015, somewhere around there. So with that big fat node down here, there's a chance that we could return there if this is bearish and not bullish. But for right now, for the 4 hour, it does look like we're in an uptrend. Now we can see on the moving averages, we've got the 50 period and the 200 period that are on the chart here. Here's the 50 period, and we did nicely settle on it. We're respecting the 50. We're not violating that. Now, if we poke it through, it might come down here to the 200, which would be at the 0.0023 price level. But right now, it's looking kind of strong. It's sticking it. We got a little green candle here hanging on for dear life right there on the 50. Let's see if we have the average here. I've got the 50 here and not the 200 because I had to trade it for the OBV. I can't put that many indicators on TradingView without them charging me even more money. I'm already paying $15 a month, but I got to pay more to get my OBV and the 200 along with the 50 period EMA. But we can see here also that we're bouncing on that 50 and we're staying above it. So that's the 4 hour chart. But now let's bump this up to a 1 day, and this doesn't look the same. So if you were in the group chat, something I said on the group chat was that I wanted to wait and see if this was a bump within the overall bearish trend or if it was a trend reversal. On the 1 day chart, it does not look as good, even though we're well above the 50 on the 1 day chart, and we're still above, let's see, is this the 200? This is the 200 right here. So we're at the 200 and well above the 50 on this chart. So when we go back to that 4 hour, oh, it worked. There we go. All right, so we're on the 50 and above the 200 on the 4 hour. We go to the 1 day, and it's the opposite. Now, on this 1 day chart, the stochastic is looking bearish. It's not impressing me very much. We have a definite crossover here. It looks like the fast line is trying to curl up. But once again, this Bit4X charting is not as good as what we have on TradingView. So this could continue on and head down here to oversold. And then what I also don't like here is the fact that the fast line on the MACD is curling down towards the slow line. The %K, which is the fast line, the %D is the slow line. The oscillators on the MACD, I can't talk today, they're slower than the stochastic oscillators, all right? So we can get more of an overall trend from this MACD oscillator in combination with the histogram of whether it's printing on the top side of the zero line or on the bottom side. And here it's shrinking down and headed towards the zero line, where these would be light green bars instead of dark green as we're on the rise, okay? Now, volume doesn't look too good because we've settled down since this little run. Look at all this volume we had here. But then notice we get a lot more red sections than we do green ever since then. So there's more distribution going on as the price starts floating back down. That's why I'm thinking that, you know, this little bump here might be something that's happening within the overall bearish trend and not a reversal just yet. Not to say that it can't be, because we do have the nice cluster of green right here, but it is followed by a nice cluster of red. There's three red bars there on the volume. 3 red bars in a row, 3 days in a row, and then maybe we'll see today close with this green. I don't know just yet, but it looks like a doji candle on the green, which is not that strong of a move. That's not a good indication to me, in combination with this stochastic looking kind of bearish like that. Dojis can mean a change in direction. So if this prints a green doji, maybe it'll continue up. So it's possible. I'm on the fence. I don't know what it's going to do yet. I think it's too early to tell. So our possibilities are, yeah, this is the overall trend here, or this is a blip on the radar and we continue down. The only thing that lets me know what can tip the scale in the favor of the bullish or the bearish from this point is Bitcoin. Because we're sitting at this point where Bitcoin is still undecided and we don't know which way it's going to go. But if we get the capitulation, it's going to drag everything down. The alts are going to suffer. And there's another thing going on where when you look at the index that has all the alts, the what's the fancy, I can't think of the word for it. I'm tired. I got home at 8 a.m., drove all night from Florida, so I can't think straight. Whatever the conglomeration of all the alts, and they have the chart, and what it's looking like is that, it goes way up and then it comes down, and then it is making this funky little thingy that looks like a rising wedge, where they're saying that once we hit a resistance that's right above the chart that hits some previous support points from before, from way back on this alt chart, the combination of all alts, they're saying that it could reject there. And if it does reject out of that box, then of course all the alts are going to go down. And so that is something that would tip the scale towards, be prepared. Don't get too excited thinking that this will absolutely continue up from here, because it might not. So we'll just have to wait and see. And it doesn't matter. Once this whole market turns around, it's going to bounce, and I think things will be fine, and this thing will probably perform very well despite all of the news stories and what everybody says about branding and this and that and whatever. I think this thing is going to perform based on the charts and based on just the basic human nature. It's how human beings behave, and we can chart that through Fibonacci sequences, through the golden ratio, through pi, the number phi. If you look up all these numbers, it can make a mathematical, graphical representation of human nature that ebbs and flows in waves. And that's why I say that it's really not going to take a whole lot of news or huge agreements or whatever to make this thing move, because there's going to be crap coins and even meme coins that have absolutely no use case that are going to completely explode once the bull market hits. That's why I'm bullish overall. I'm not worried about this. I think we're going to we'll be fine, whatever the case. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. What are you thinking on the short term? Do you think that this is the turning point where we start to trend up, or do you think this is a blip within the overall bearish trend of the market? I'd love to know. Let me know. Hit me up in the comments. This is not financial advice. Don't make any trading decisions based on what I'm telling you. That's not why I'm here. I'm just sharing what I see on the charts. It's just us. We're just talking this over. I'm not like the big mouths on YouTube that are telling you when to buy and sell and all that crap. Wipe that out of your mind. We're a community here of people who are like-minded, who are trying to squeeze something out of this market because our kids need shoes, all right? Well, anyway, that's all I got. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. We'll see you next time. I'm out.